This week on Lone Lobos.
It was a bit, guys.
It was a bit.
I dropped my hand on purpose. I just wanted to know what it felt like to get knocked out because it's never happened to
That's
me.
like if Dad loses at Critical Clash 3, Nathan didn't lose. I'd play Trevor in GTA, and I would carry this guy, an actual human, around on my shoulder. I'd wrap him in a trash bag. And I'd
Wait, an actual human.
He was a real guy.
Wait,
Stuff places where I'm in public, I just can't break. Because then if I get in trouble with the cops or something, if I keep going in character, they just like, okay, this guy's just crazy, and they leave me alone. Okay, what's the bit I can get? And I'm looking around constantly, like, okay, I'll stick him in there. Okay, can we get that from the camera? Like, where is the camera guy right now? A key to being a good actor, you have to know what you are to the world and how people perceive you, and then just let yourself be that.
3, 2, 1, go!
Come on.
Welcome, everyone. This is the Lone Lobos podcast. Thank you so much for listening. This is the free version of this episode. If you want the ad-free extended version of this podcast, you can do so at lonelobos.supercast.com.
Become a super Lobito.
That's right.
Or
Become
Lobito.
a Lobito exclusivo. We really appreciate all of you that support us. Monica, who's our supporter of the day? Can we pop it up at the beginning?
Oh, yeah.
We have it right here. Our Lobito of the day is Re. They don't have a last name on there.
Ree! All right.
All right. Re.
Thank you so much for
You are
supporting
Salubrious
Rock.
Society.
Hey, appreciate the love. If you want to be like Ree, you can listen in. And without further ado, we have a very special guest.
Yes, the most special. I've worked with this man many a time. He is a stuntman, a fighter, a knocker-outer. He's very funny. He's a comedian. He does everything. Mr. Nathan Barnatt.
Oh, Thank you.
Man, we have already we've chopped it up for maybe a few minutes before the podcast, and I can already tell that this is going to be one of my favorite episodes. Thank you so much for joining us on the pod.
I think we said all the good stuff already, though. So now it's like
Yeah,
nothing left to say.
yeah.
We talked about real dark stuff, real weird
We
stuff,
started it off light
and nostalgic stuff.
and
It got
in
crazier.
in classic Kid Cudi fashion.
Yes. I met Nathan when I was, I think, 13 years old. You may recognize him as Wild Gil from Kirby Buckets.
Oh yes. I look.
What else might we
I'm
recognize?
homeless Gil right now with the facial hair. I look different. But yeah, Wild Gil. Those are some of
Everyone-
the best days of my life.
Everyone
Kirby
in the
Buckets.
room recognizes you from something different. I recognize you from being a fan of Yell.
Oh,
and,
you knew
and
that? What? That's crazy.
I love Yell.
Yeah, they're
and
the best.
when I was going down the deep dive, a video of yours popped up, a TED Talk, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Monica, Jordan, you guys are familiar.
Yeah, I'm a big GTA fan, and when I think of a balding white man in his underwear, luckily I think of you.
Me or Trevor. People think I'm actually Trevor. Like,
Wait, you're not Trevor? No, I'm just kidding.
Steve
Like the
Ogg,
actor
the actor
in the
Steve
game.
Yeah, Stephen
Ogg,
Ogg, yeah.
People think it's me. People think, Nathan Barnatt played Trevor. But most people know he did it. But people see me on the street and they'll be like, oh, Trevor. And I go, no, I just look like that. And because of that. Exactly.
But
because
people
of
actually
this-
think that you're Stephen Ogg. They're like,
They either
dude,
think I'm
you in
Steve
Walking
Ogg
Dead
or
was
they
so
just
good,
think-
man. Or
Yeah,
they just think,
Whoa.
He's
Okay.
a much larger, more intense man than myself. But we do look similar. And because of that, I took advantage and I made those Trevor videos knowing people would think, oh, is this the real guy?
Yeah.
And you were one of the people that saw it. So thank you for
Yeah,
watching.
man.
And
I love that
appreciate
he's probably walking around being like, I'm not Nathan, okay?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wonder if he's seen my videos. I often think I want to meet him at some point to like talk to him.
100.
Doesn't Yuji know him?
Yuji knows
I've never
everybody.
heard. I don't know.
Yeah,
or I
maybe.
wonder if he gets recognized as like Kirby Buckets and he gets pissed off. Be like, no, I'm not Gil.
Oh, is there another guy that looks? Oh,
No,
you mean Steve
no, if-
Ogg.
yeah.
yeah. We were Wild Gil. What the heck?
Steve
No?
Ogg.
What the heck is that?
Yeah, who do you think would win in a fight, Wild Gil or Trevor from GTA?
Wild Gil, bro.
Probably Wild Gil.
Wild Gil
He's
has like the
he's
cartoon
wild.
powers behind him.
Yes, exactly.
Like the laws of physics don't
Yeah.
really apply to him.
Yeah,
I feel like.
exactly.
One
And
of
he's got wild in his name, so
One of my favorite things about that show is we would go on set and so Kirby and his two friends, they would like when they were down, they would like go to the bar equivalent. And it was the corner store, like little bar at the gas station.
It was like a smoothie table or whatever.
But it was called the S&P Mini Mart, which is such a jab at standards and practices.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
And Gil ran it. But, you know, Chris Brown, one of our writer-directors, he's a creator. But Chris would be like, yeah, we're thinking about this. Maybe, Nathan, you can come around and, you know, talk to the kids, come around the booth. He's like, oh, let me just try something.
That's so you, too. That's where you learned it from.
Yeah. And Nathan would, like, it's counter. Like, he's behind the counter, counter. And then there's, like, a little dip, and there's, like, the high chairs.
Okay.
And so the first time we did it, we're all sitting there, and he just front flips over the counter, but puts his forehead on the seat over the counter, and then just flips upright.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And me, Kate, and Makai are like,
that's very like Singing in the Rain.
yeah,
like,
just instantly break. It's super like Buster Keaton, just like instantly break.
that
We're
was
like,
fun.
what the heck? And they're like, no, keep going. We're like, oh shit, like okay. And anytime he was on set, we had to be like, lock in, bro, lock in. If you're just a wild shit, we gotta lock in.
I loved working with you guys. That show was awesome because I could do stuff like that where I could like do physical bits, and Chris was always down, and everyone was like, yeah, just figure something out, do something. That's why I got hired, because like I could just do this crazy stuff.
Wow.
I thought a while ago, I need to make a reel of like all my stunts from Kirby, because there's
so weird.
a lot of stuff that people haven't seen that didn't watch that show, and like kids saw it, but like none of my peers had seen it.
Yeah.
So like I should put a reel together of like all the Wild Gil physical bits. I did a lot of physical stuff in there that I'm pretty proud of.
What do you remember?
But that one was
one was
particular.
really impressive.
I did the front flip over the bar, and I used my forehead and my neck to get over the rest of the back of the chair, and then I popped up. There's just a ton of weird stuff I did that I loved. That show. It was so much fun. But the thing I remember from being on that show was being with you kids. I genuinely felt like one of the kids because I am like more immature, and I'm like goofing around with you guys the whole time. Like, remember when we used to throw the cheese balls and catch them instantly? There was one that went like right in your mouth, and like you caught it. It was like crazy.
Makai was really good at it.
We had so many rounds of
Kate
just
sucked
throwing
at it.
stuff at for sure. That was the best. I loved goofing around. Then often the producer would be like, kids, calm down. And I was lumped in with that because I was the one trying to make you guys laugh and vice versa. So I was like not responsible adult at all on set. And then when other guest actors would come around, I was like the one getting everyone in trouble. Yeah. And I felt like a little self-conscious. Like these adults would be like, what is this guy doing? And it was just fun goofing around with you guys. I loved it. So I missed those.
And you would just pop in like the fun uncle. Like,
yeah, basically.
Hey,
I had to be responsible. I wasn't in charge. I just got to goof around and go home. It was awesome.
In every scene that we were there, it was like, oh man, something's going down. And you were like, woohoo! Like, you got to be the...
Yeah, it was fun. I was the clown, basically.
And here, you know, judging and getting to talk with you, you love... you know, sketch comedy and getting, or is that what you would call it? I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what I came from. The characters is what I like.
There we go.
Like Jim Carrey and like Sacha Baron Cohen are kind of like examples I give of like what I sort of like to do, physical stuff, and then like deep character and never breaking character, like always being in character. Like Keith Apicary character. He's someone I've done public stuff with. And Trevor, I mean, places where I'm in public, I just can't break, because then if I get in trouble with the cops or something, if I keep going in character, they just like, okay, this guy's just crazy, and they leave me alone. But if I ever like was to say like, oh, I'm filming a video, they'll like get in trouble. They'll get oh, you're filming a video.
Taking notes,
get out of here. That's how you get away with crimes. It's true. We mentioned it earlier, but at the airport, I got in pretty big trouble with TSA. And in another time at Comic-Con, Peter Jackson and James Cameron were doing
I saw the video.
You saw that?
I saw the video.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. So I was at Comic-Con, and I went to Hall H. They were doing like a big thing.
What were they doing? What
it was like a Lord of the Rings convention, like talk or something. Peter Jackson, James Cameron.
The biggest what do you call
the
panel
room?
Yeah.
Like you can have ever. And I went in there as Keith. My brother was filming. I was like, I'm just gonna do a bit. I'm just gonna jump up on stage and say. I didn't even know what I was gonna say. I just jumped up there without thinking, and I saw their water, and I go, okay, I'll just act like I'm thirsty. And I was carrying this big Sega Genesis gun, like the light gun that you shoot through. It's called the Menacer, and I have my microphone on the end of it. So when I interview people, I point the gun in their face, and that's how I would interview people at the convention. So I jumped up there with a gun. I was like, oh, here's the water. Thanks, guys. And they're like in the middle of the conversation. I'm just like grabbing the water. I was like, oh, thanks, it's really good. What's up, you guys doing around here? And I didn't know. I acted like I was oblivious. I didn't know what I was interrupting, or I was interrupting. And then both of the guys, Peter Jackson and James Cameron, were like laughing and like looking at me like, okay, what's about to happen? I thought there was like a bit happening. And then I was just like, what's going on? And I just started like talking. It got really awkward because no bit was happening.
Yeah,
they thought it was going to happen. And then I was just asking them what they were talking about and then just sipping their water. And then the moderator was like, okay, can we get security? And then a security guy came over and grabbed me, pulled me off. And I just wanted like a quick clip for my video, And that was it. It was a stupid bit. It wasn't very funny. It wasn't very clever, but I just saw them and I had to do something. And I did it because that was in my height of like just causing chaos as the character, but never like breaking anything or trying not to break anything or harming anyone or being rude. It was more like an oblivious guy was Keith in public and just doing oblivious things. But the point of the story is when they took me backstage, I got like roughed up by security. The guy whacked me in the face. I was drinking the water. I stuck with the bit. And they were taking me to the back and I kept drinking the cup and I was like, oh, where are we going? And the guy looked at me and he whacked me in the face like this. He like slapped me in the face, broke my glasses. The glasses came off and the water went everywhere. I was like, oh, you just knocked my lenses out. Okay. And I picked that up and I didn't stop character. I just kept going because like, that's Keith. Keith's in trouble. So Keith's the one who will deal with this. So they're taking pictures of me and they're like, what's your name? I'm like, Keith Apicary, blah, blah. And I'm here to do interviews with people. And they're like, what was that about? I was like, oh, I was thirsty. I just wanted to get some water. And they were like, what? They thought like there was something going on. Like, what was the idea? And I was like, no, I was just thirsty. Just wanted to get water. And then they look at my ID, my license, they take pictures of it. And in my license picture, I looked crazy because me and my brother will try to take crazier pictures than each other. So my eyes were crossed. My hair was like out like this. And my tongue was hanging out. I was like this in the picture. So I look like I do in character.
But does it say Nathan on it?
It did say Nathan. But I think they were just like, this guy's mental. This picture is mental. And then they just said, just leave. They didn't know what to do with me because I wasn't like a logical person, like defending myself or arguing. I just got some water. That's all I wanted to do. And they're like, okay, you're just kicked out. And they kicked me out. And then I'm teeing up the TSA story with basically Keith, whenever I get in trouble in the airport, I was going up into a baggage claim one time for a bit in a video. And I wanted to roll out of the ceiling down the baggage claim into where the bags were. So I climbed up inside it. And someone, a janitor in LAX
seen that
saw
in Toy
me.
Story.
Yeah, that's funny you say that because that's what I said to the cops when they asked me like why I did that. I was like, oh, I wanted to see what it was like because it's Toy Story. And then also in Monsters Inc. when they had the conveyor belts, I was like, I want to see what it looked like in there. But I climb up and I get my shot. I roll out and I go and I say my line because I needed it for my video. Me to roll out of a baggage claim as if I like rode the plane in the cargo department.
Yeah. Oh my
gosh, the cargo section because I got in trouble at another airport earlier. Sorry, this is a long-winded rant. I got in trouble at an airport once for messing around and TSA grabbed me and that's all on footage. It's Keith Apicary in trouble at the airport. It was in Texas on my way to a video game convention. So now the bit with the character is he's not allowed on planes.
Yeah, he can't
so when I was going to PAX East a year later, I was like, okay, I'll start the video with, how did Keith get to PAX? He had to ride in the cargo department, the cargo section of the plane.
And
so
he
I'll
gets checked
start
on.
the video with him rolling out and he rolls out of the ceiling into the baggage. He goes, I made it. And that's him getting off. That was him getting off the plane. So to get that shot of me falling out of the ceiling, I had to go up into the ceiling and roll out. And a custodian saw me and he runs to the cops and says, there's a man going up into the ceiling in the thing.
Yeah.
So when I'm like breaking my camera down and putting it in my bag, it's when the cops come over and they're like, what were you doing? Were you in that ceiling? I was like, oh yeah, I just wanted to see what was going on up there. I thought it was kind of interesting. I'd never been up there. And they were like, you can't do that. And then they grabbed me and they zip tied my hands. They searched my bag. They searched everything. And I had just come back. So I was getting the final bit from my video. I filmed in Boston at PAX East, and I had my bag was filled with video game stuff. I had a Virtual Boy in there. I had a Nintendo, the Sega Justifier light gun, the big blue gun for Sega Genesis, and I had a bunch of other like a Game Gear, and I had just video game stuff I was using for the bit for the character. So when they're searching my bag and asking me questions, and I'm talking like this, I'm like, oh yeah, I just wanted to see what was up on the ceiling. They're like, what's this? And they pulled out the blue Justifier gun. I go, that's actually the advanced light gun, way better than Nintendo Zapper. That's the Sega Genesis gun. It's much bigger. I go, you know the game Lethal Enforcers? That's the gun you use for Lethal Enforcers. And they were like, oh, okay, too much information. They pulled the Virtual Boy out. They thought it was all like suspicious bomb type stuff because they'd never seen it. They see a gun, they see a big red device that goes in your face. The Virtual Boy. This was before like AI VR came out. This was 2010 or 11. So I was like, oh, that's the Virtual Boy, way ahead of his time as well. That's the very first 3D gaming device. Technically a failure, but in my opinion, it's this. I was going on my whole bit. I was just doing what I say in the videos because I had material for all these things they're pulling out, and I'm thinking this is definitely going to help me because they're just going to be like, please shut up and go away, which they ultimately did. They said, okay, you just can't go in the ceiling. I was like, oh, okay, I won't do that ever again.
Dude, I mean, but committing to the bit, I mean, that's an ode to, you got to just and it. Yes, and your way through.
So they cut your
It
zip
isn't
ties off
done
and let
until
you
it's
go.
edited and put on the internet, in my opinion.
Dude, I love that these TSA guys, the security guard who slapped you, there's like a 1% chance that they're watching this and they're like, I knew it! I knew it!
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that would be so funny. He was in character. There's
they
no
see the
way
video
anyone would be
and
like
they're
that.
like, what?
They're in bed next to their, whoever, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What the?
Well, I have wondered if people would see because that stuff would get a lot of views back then.
Yeah.
Like there was a good chance someone could be like, hey,
I'm
I
in
saw
this.
you in someone's video. You're doing security. And someone sends it to them or whatever.
Oh, true.
And then they see the screen name, the uploader name is Nathan. The character is Keith. And maybe they'd put together, oh, this guy does characters, or look at any of my other videos and see it's a bunch of characters. So maybe my cover has been blown. Like Sacha Baron Cohen, when he puts a movie out, they go, okay, I was in this guy's movie. I didn't even know it.
But they've had to get more and more creative over the years with how to get, Borat in there.
He has to go to places where no one knows who he is at all.
How has that worked for you? Like,
I've
as
never
you get
been-
more and more popular, like people, at least in your hometown or wherever you're from, like
it's all been in LA for the most part. In LA, I feel like it's tricky because everyone is savvy and something's always being filmed and something's a bit. That's like on the Trevor video on the promenade where I had carrying the dead guy around.
Yeah.
Trevor Phillips, I don't know if we said this on before the podcast or now, but like we were talking about it earlier. I'd play Trevor in GTA and I would carry this guy, a actual human around on my shoulder. I'd wrap him in a trash bag. And I'd
Wait, an actual human.
He's a real guy.
Wait,
That's what you're saying, the old guy.
I thought it was like stuffed.
No, it's a real dude.
Yes, bro.
That's a good actor. He just played dead.
He was a good actor. So
Dude.
Graham Mackey was his name, and unfortunately, he passed away this year. So
my
I'd like
goodness.
to say
Rest in peace.
rest in peace, Graham. He was a literal legend.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
very well known in another series of videos I did. His name was Broob. I did these Skittles videos where I was like this crazy Skittles spokesperson in an alley just ranting about Skittles.
Graham.
And Graham was in those. That's when I first got him for a Keith music video. Then the next day we shot a Skittles video, and I just shot like crazy with this guy.
Whoa.
I found him on Craigslist.
He was
and
down.
Awesome. He was down. He was super down. He's been in a ton of big commercials too. He was in like Apple commercials and stuff. He just had a good look. He was
Whoa.
awesome. He was this old guy with like white hair with bangs, and it was like long to here.
Edna
and-
Mode style?
I don't know who that is.
Incredibles. Ouch, darling. Like, no
I'm trying to think
capes.
of
No
Incredibles.
capes.
A bob.
She's like
the lady. The
Yeah,
mom.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
kind of like that, but like an old white dude with white hair.
I'm picturing, like-
he looked like a wizard, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. He was awesome. He was a really nice guy. But when the one thing I did with him, he offered one time. He's like, "Oh, I can take my teeth out if you ever want," and I was like, "Yup." So I tried to do that. So I wrote it into a sketch one time with other character Simmons. I did. So anyway, Graham. I'd wrap him in a trash bag and I'd poke his feet and his head out so you could see it was a person. So I thought if it was like fully enclosed, he'd suffocate in a trash bag, and you wouldn't know it was a real person. I wanted people to know that's a real guy.
Yeah.
And he would just lay dead, and he only weighed like 90 pounds. He was a light guy. So I'd carry him on my shoulder, and the bit was Trevor has a dead person. Trevor from GTA needs to get rid of a dead guy in public. So I'd just go around to the grocery stores and like say, "Hey, where can I stick this guy?" And I'd put him in the freezer and I try to close the door on him. And the lady at the store is like, "What are you doing? You can't do that to him." I'm like, "Oh, he doesn't care. He's dead." I'm like, "He doesn't know." She's like, "What? He's dead?" And she starts like backing away. And I'm like, "Yeah, I killed him. I gotta put him somewhere." And that was like the bit. And they're like, people are like, "Wait, is this real?" So one time I was trying to stick him in a McDonald's drive-through window. And then the guy, I guess you'd seen that
That's funny.
episode, that video. And then some guy was like, "Stick him in my trunk." And I think the guy was just like going along with the
my
bit or
gosh.
whatever. I was like, "All right, sure," because it looked good on camera. So I stuck him in his trunk, and I just Graham did something. He put him in weird places in public, and he just played dead. It was awesome.
One thing I do have a question about is when you're doing these bits, how much of your mind is the character and how much of your mind is Nathan going, like that guy saying, "Put him in my trunk"? Are you like, okay, this guy's in on it, but this is still funny, like I can still do this? Or are you just really consumed with Trevor and you're like, "Oh, this is great. Like, I can put him in the trunk." You know what I mean?
Trevor, I never like fully immersed in because it was like I can't even really do the voice as well as like I don't sound like Steve Ogg doing Trevor. I just can't do like a gravelly voice like this, and it's just mostly I rely on that I look like him. And it's like it's like a crude version of Trevor. But so I didn't get immersed in that. That I'm thinking, okay, what's the bit I can get? And I'm looking around constantly, like, okay, I'll stick them in there. Okay, can we get that from the camera? Like, where's the camera guy right now? And I'm like being aware of
You're
where
editing in your
my head. I'm editing the whole time because I edit all the videos, and I think like, oh, and the mic's gonna get crackly if I go too far away from the camera guy.
Yeah.
You won't even hear me. It's gonna be all static. So I'm constantly thinking about the filming setup during those videos and the bit and Graham, and if Graham could even fit in this space or if I would hurt him. But Keith, when I'm doing Keith, I very much get lost in the character and forget that I'm actually Keith. And I've done Keith for so long now that I kind of feel like, and he is kind of just a version of me because like I love video games and all the stuff he likes is what I like. So, and I do have a lisp, but I just accentuate it, make it worse with Keith. So I kind of feel like Keith and I are the same person. So Keith, I get lost in for sure. And I did a lot of like public stuff as him and getting in trouble like at the airport and all that. Yeah. And that's because I do get excited. And I was going to the first time I got in trouble at the airport, I was climbing down into a baggage claim that went down and people started freaking out. And the cops came and grabbed me. That was that was like an old one. That was when the TSA grabbed me. Whoa. And they pulled me off. And I was like, oh, I'm going to the video game convention. I really want to get my bag. And these bags are all in my way. And they're like, you can't get on the baggage claim. I'm like, okay, well, anyways, can you just help me get my bag? And I was like genuinely excited to be there. And I was like, all right, we're filming. The bit's going. I'm going to this video game convention. It's going to be a great weekend. So I was pumped. So then Keith gets pumped. And then I'm like, and then he's asking me, he's like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm going to go to the Screw Attack convention. I brought this game. I'm going to buy this game. I'm going to see all my friends there. And they're like, okay, please just leave. You're too, it's just a hyper excited man. Whoa. So like, I do genuinely get like him. So that I kind of,
you just let it flow. It's just
100%. And I, like, as you can tell, and I can just run my mouth like crazy. So I just am a very excitable person. And Keith is like the perfect vessel to be like, let it all out. And it can lead to something comedic. You know?
I hear that. Have you peeped some of the like Nathan Fielder stuff?
Oh yeah. He and I had the same manager before he was like known, and I knew about him way back because I was like, who's this other Nathan guy? Because when I would call my manager at Mosaic, I'd be like, hey, it's Nathan. And they go, oh, what Nathan? Fielder or Barnatt? And I was like, there's another Nathan. And I was like, kind of like, oh, there's not many Nathan comedy actors. And then there's this other dude, and he was friends with my friend Charlene. And like, I was like, okay, so he's in the world and he knows me. I was like, well, I don't like this. And then I looked him up, and his stuff, this is before Nathan For You, and I looked at his stuff and it was so dry and bland. I was like, okay, this is nothing like me. I'm like,
I know it's nothing. Yeah. It's totally different like stuff.
But then when I saw Nathan For You, I was like, okay, this is genius. I do like that it is a committed bit.
Yes.
And it's so intricate. And I'm surprised he was able to get as popular as he is, but I'm happy he did because that's so niche and thinking comedy that I thought no one's gonna get on board, but they did, and I'm happy for him.
Dude, I latched onto what you said in like it's kind of an accentuated version of who you are because getting to hear, you know, some of his stuff, that's him. Like it's an extension, like, yeah, it's not actually me, but there were a lot of qualities that I had from, you know, from life that, you know, either people told to me or were a mirror up to me, and that's so I'm like,
I want to help people, but I suck at it.
Yeah, like whether it be manner, blah, 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 blah.
And he is like an awkward person, and he just leans into it. Yeah, so he knows what he's aware, he's self-aware, which I think is like a key to being a good actor and performer. And you have to know what you are to the world and how people perceive you. And then just let yourself be that, or tone it down. Like that's what being acting is. You know when to change yourself according to like the scenario and the scene. And I think you have to just be very self-aware. And be okay. He knows he's an awkward person. Yeah. And he just goes with it and uses it for comedy.
It's and it's like you're saying as well. It's very well thought out. Yeah. Like it's self-aware, but also. There's lots of people that are self-aware. It's gotta. You
can't be self-conscious of that.
So, Nathan, were you always making videos, or like pre-internet?
Before the internet, yeah, for sure. But yeah, I guess that. Yeah, I was thinking like trying to think.
What were the early like? What were you doing?
When were you guys born?
2000.
That's ridiculous. Were you like 2002?
No, 2001.
2001. Okay, so
2001.
So you're about 25 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. I would graduate in high school in 1999. Okay. So I was 18 when you were. So I'm 18 years older than you guys I guess. But yeah, the internet wasn't really a thing when I started making videos. I started making videos in the 90s, probably like 95-ish.
Okay.
When I was like a freshman, I guess, in high
14,
school.
15.
Yeah.
13, 14,
14, 15. We had a sketch comedy show called The Sweet Ride that was aired. We had like a studio. We could shoot in the studio, do like news
In LA,
segments.
here?
No, in Massachusetts.
Whoa, okay.
Medway, Massachusetts, where I grew up. We would just film sketches with my brothers, my friends, and we could edit them on the editing decks with like the big dials, and it was all tapes. Like you'd be
Whoa.
editing one tape to another. It was like the original type of editing. I had a video tech class during the day I could take, and then you could after school do like extracurricular, but it wasn't for, you didn't actually get anything for it. It was just if you wanted to do it, you could do it. So we did it for fun. We'd film sketches, we'd borrow the equipment, we'd bring it back, we'd edit it in the studio, and then we could air the episode. We'd edit like a whole sketch half-hour episode of television, and we'd air it on cable access so the whole town could watch it on Channel 3. Yeah, it was awesome. So on Tuesdays, everyone in the town, all my kids in my school were like, oh, then Nathan and his friend's sketch show is on. Nathan and Seth, my brother Seth.
What?
So
wait, as a freshman?
Freshman in high school, yeah. Then throughout high school, we did different versions of it. And you could just watch, and it was like no one was on the internet, so like you would watch that, or you just watch Disney Channel or whatever, you know, cable. Cable.
No, but your homies, everyone, like
all my friends watched.
All your friends, your
and I'm
fam,
sure the people
like,
who didn't like me watched as well.
Dude,
So, but yeah, The Sweet Ride aired on cable access in Medway, Massachusetts. That was my first time like making something and then putting it out.
Whoa.
And then after that, we started making sketches and just putting them on VHS tapes just to have them.
Yeah.
And then we started putting them on DVD. And then I moved to California with VHS tapes and DVDs of our old sketches. And that's how I got my first agent in 2005.
Whoa.
When I moved into California in 2005, I rode my bicycle, my BMX bike, to my agent in Century City, and I brought a VHS tape.
Yeah.
In 2005, which is I think it's like way too late for that. Like I was going to the Santa Monica Library and like using YouTube came out that year.
Okay.
And I started using YouTube at the Santa Monica Library because me and my brother and my friends didn't have like internet because we were poor when we came out here. So I would go to the library and like start using YouTube, and I would bring CD discs of QuickTimes and I'd upload my sketches to my YouTube channel in the computer at the Santa Monica Library.
Yeah.
And that was the same year that I brought a VHS tape to my agent, and he's like, yeah, you're funny. He's like, okay, I'll represent you. And I had him for like 15 years or whatever.
Whoa.
So anyway, it all came from my sketches and videos. Everything I've ever done was from like the 90s on is filming stuff. And then it got me into, then I did commercials in Boston before I moved to LA. I'd audition for like random, I did Dunkin' Donuts commercials and stuff like that.
So you saved up money. I mean, I have to address this because because it's like the third line on your Wikipedia page, according to our source, Monica. And I know this, but you got to tell the world or our listeners.
I was shocked.
Which the world is listening.
Our world.
You're our
world. This is my favorite thing of like, I'm going to LA, ma. I'm saving up money. How did you save up money to?
I was a gravedigger. I buried dead
Wait,
people.
like a monster? You drove in a monster truck?
I wish. No, I dug holes in the dirt and put dead people in them.
Oh my gosh.
For
in like your early 20s?
It was from, when did I do that? It was about 2002 to 2005.
Okay, wait.
I was digging graves.
That's
and
so
I'd
much
saved
better than
up
what I
to
thought
move
it
to
was.
Los Angeles. Yeah, with the grave. My
And it
brother
paid
Seth
well?
did it as well before me. It was a thing. It paid all right. It was like a labor job. I got tricked into it. I didn't really know. Well, I don't know if I got tricked into it or I just was oblivious that it was going to happen. But I got a job with this guy, Joe, who owned a garden center where he had sold plants and stuff.
Okay.
And then he also would deliver mulch in a dump truck. And I was the guy that drove the dump truck.
Okay.
And I would drive mulch. I was like 21 years old or whatever. And I'd drive this dump truck, drive to people's houses, lift it up, dump the mulch, and then drive away and bring the truck back.
Yeah.
And that would happen like a couple times a day. Like someone called for mulch, I'd go do it. And then I like just, move trees and stuff. And then one day he's like, oh, I also manage a cemetery. I'll need you to go there and cut grass.
Okay.
I was like, okay, sure. So some days I would go there and I'd be like at the cemetery all day, just cutting grass, weed whacking. One day he shows up and I'm cutting grass. He's like, oh, we got to do a burial. And I was like, what? What are you talking about?
What do you
He's
mean?
like, we got to dig the hole. And I was like, you do that? He's like, oh yeah, I dig the holes too. I was like, okay. And then that became the main thing after a while. It's just because there were a lot of burials coming in those couple of years, I guess. But for some reason, the very beginning, we never did any of that. Then it was like all of that. So yeah, I'd dig graves. He would use the backhoe. I'd get in the hole. I'd use the shovel, and I used the iron bar and like bust out the rocks and get the vines out. And it wasn't as deep as everyone thinks. California, although I've been in California graves, so I did it for a video. I found some open graves.
That's it, bro.
One thing leads to another. I can't get these stories. It's like too much. I can start rambling. Sorry, I'm talking so much.
No.
California, I know it's in Los Angeles. In one of my videos, I did a Dead Man's Bone. Ryan Gosling's band has a song the band's called Dead Man's Bones, and the song is also called Dead Man's Bones. I did a dance video in a skeleton outfit to that song. That got gift. That was a whole thing on the internet. But I was dancing in the skeleton outfit, and I started by climbing out of a grave in the skeleton outfit. And then in doing so, I realized that this is like really deep. Like I couldn't get out. So I had to push myself against the dirt walls like this.
What?
Dude, Nathan,
And
are
then
you spiritual,
they
bro?
Yeah.
I gotta ask, bro.
I was like doing weird stuff, and I
Dude.
saw the hole. I was like, oh, I should get down in the hole. And then so it was like basically it starts with a shot of a grave, and then all of a sudden I pop out with a skeleton outfit on, and then I crawl out, and it's supposed to be like this guy. It's like basically death coming out, and it's dead man's bones. So I was like, that's a perfect way to start. I see a grave, the dead man should come out of the grave. So then dead man's bones is just dancing around town. And no, that being said, Massachusetts graves aren't as deep. They're like 4 to 5 feet deep, or at least we never dug them that deep. And then you put in the cement case, and you put the casket in the cement case.
Not
and did
6.
the whole bit. Yeah, not 6
Damn.
feet deep. Yeah,
But
not
in California,
everywhere.
they're 6 feet.
California, they're over 6 feet because
Oh,
I
really?
couldn't. If I went down there, it'd be hard to get out. You'd be
Really?
like clawing, and the dirt would be crumbling, and it was hard to jump and grab. It was
Oh,
must have been like it
shit.
was probably like 8 feet deep. The one I went in.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know why
what?
they went so deep. It was really deep. Though.
Whoa.
Anyway, I was a grave digger. That's how I saved money. Yeah, it's a weird, and maybe I'll have to go back to it someday if acting doesn't keep working.
Wait,
out.
so- okay, and you're also boxing.
Oh, yeah,
Like you're
yeah.
also shredded too.
You guys
Like
make me realize I need to like focus on one thing.
no,
Dude,
dude,
my
wait,
life is
you're
like,
literally no. You are in the right room. Every single person in this room has like 5 to 6 different things that we do.
It's hard to do one thing.
Yeah.
I should focus on acting more, but
It's-
whatever. I get
No,
distracted by
this-
this YouTube
but
box.
would you not say that all of this is in service of that?
I guess so. Yeah, it's all performing.
Right?
All of it is some type of performance, especially
And you're
this
saying
boxing.
life experience, knowing who you
Yeah.
are, like
Oh, do you consider the boxing like a part of the performance?
I think so because
Okay.
I do it as dad, my dad
Yeah.
character.
That's for the beard.
wait,
I have a
so
beard this year. This year, I'm growing this out right now for the fight since it's in June, so it's coming up. So
Is it because extra padding when you know?
some people have said that, but I don't think it really does anything because I haven't felt any benefits so far. during
He's like, no, I
sparring.
just got an iron jaw.
Some people are like, oh, it'd just be harder for them to find the chin. I'm like, no, it's pretty obvious where your chin is, even with a beard. But yeah, it I don't know. Maybe it absorbs something, but I doubt it. So, but I hope maybe we'll be lucky.
How did you? So it's for Creator Clash, right?
Creator Clash is the event. Yeah.
Yes. So
wait,
how?
put me on, Jacob. What is Creator Clash?
Creator Clash is they get a bunch of YouTubers from all over,
Okay.
different types of creators, and they'll be like, all right, go fight in a boxing match for charity.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
so they just tapped you and were like, hey, we think you'd be great for this. And
Yeah. Well, so what happened was I was already wanting to get into like YouTuber boxing
okay.
because I wanted to box. I got interested in it. I also was like a part of like WWE, and I almost had like 3 tryouts with them, and I was involved with a lot of wrestlers, and I just kind of wanted to get in like a ring and perform
Whoa.
in some combat sense, fake or real, in character. That was like a good way to like just kind of like do something different and get some attention and views. And like I also was just curious about boxing. I took a couple lessons.
Go for it.
So,
You go for
oh yeah, sure, thank you. Staying
Dude.
hydrated. But
That
yeah,
is-
I wanted to box, and my audience knew I'd put out a video. I was like, hey, any other YouTuber, singer, rapper, friend of mine that might want to do it? Danny Brown's a rapper I was friends with. And
Oh, yeah.
I was like, hey, Danny, if you want to box me, any creative
kind of
person
a comedian. Yeah, too.
Mhm.
Like also has like
Danny's funny.
Chops.
He has his podcast, and I thought maybe someone like that would want to box me. And then
Whoa.
all of my audience was like
Really?
tweeting at iDubbbz, who set the whole thing up originally.
Okay.
He was looking for people, and they said Nathan Barnatt wants a box. And then he sent me a message. He sent me a message. I was like, and that's how it was on. From there, I was like, I was in. And I did the second one, and
wait,
now I'm
no
the only one.
training. Like
I had no training. Only thing I had done at that point was I had hit mitts a couple times with a guy in LA.
What?
So, like
So,
basically no training.
basically no training.
Yeah.
I
wait,
still-
cardio.
and
Like
that was
I would've
over a year
vomited,
before.
bruh.
And what's that? Cardio, I knew I had good cardio.
Okay.
Because I do a lot of dancing,
okay.
and I just mentally will never stop
Okay.
doing something if I know I'm not supposed to.
Ooh, I love that.
I'll just like pass out if anything. My body would shut down before I would let myself stop.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I think I have that aspect of boxing.
Okay.
So now this is the third one, June 28th, and I'm the only one from all 3. I did the first one, the second one, and the third one.
Dude, fuck yeah.
And I'm the oldest guy in there too.
Fuck yeah.
My opponent this year,
Dad.
it's the biggest age gap this year too. He's 25, so he's your age,
Yeah.
and I'm 44. and I have to box this guy. And he's boxed twice. He's gone through all the rounds of his fights. I've only gone through 1 minute and 22 seconds. Oh, sorry, 2 minutes and 22 seconds.
Because
of
he
actual
knocks
fighting.
them out, I will say. First one was
round.
a TKO. Second one, the guy quit after the bell.
Yeah,
so-
and which I guess then counted as a TKO.
Oh, yeah, I guess
because
it's true,
he technically got counted out by
Yeah.
not getting back up. Yeah, so I've only gone the first round. I've ended it both
Dude,
first
nice.
rounds. I hope I never go into a second round. Hopefully this year is the same.
Dude,
But-
wait, don't say it like that. Okay.
Well, he's better. He's definitely a better boxer.
Okay.
He
No,
wanted-
Django sucks,
He
bro.
wants to fight me. Thank you.
He's a wet blankie.
I
He's a
thank
goober.
you. Would that mess with your Cobra Kai character if everyone knew that you got knocked out at like street beefs? You know, no one would buy your character anymore.
Dude, like, they'd be like, what the? I don't know. He's winning the tournament, but
Yeah.
I saw him get knocked out in the second round.
Okay, but to your point, you got to put on the mohawk so then people are like, all right, it was the character that lost.
Yeah.
It was the character that
Yeah,
lost.
yeah.
It's not you.
Jacob.
It's not
You
you.
were doing a bit.
That's actually a real. That's a good point. It was a bit, guys.
It was a bit.
I dropped my hand on purpose. I just wanted to know what it felt like to get knocked out because it's never happened to
That's
me.
like if Dad loses at Critical Street, Nathan didn't lose. I was committed to the
It's a
bit.
buffer. It's a buffer.
I had to retire Dad as a boxer so he could go home, back to his storyline, go back to mom and daughter.
You're like,
Go back to
Nathan
mom.
would never take a fixed fight.
Exactly. Dad. I'll do anything for the bit.
Yeah.
So if I have to lose,
Dad might.
Dad might lose.
But
Whoa.
Jago's
That's what-
losing.
Wait, so
Yeah.
are there ever days that you wake up and you're like, fucking hate that Dad scheduled fucking boxing training at fucking
6 a.m.
Often I do. Yeah.
Dude,
It's
that's
six-
kind of sick though.
It's been 6 days a week since November. So
Since November?
November is when I started.
Wait, can we see your abs?
Wait, did you play today?
They're
Did you fight
there.
today?
Damn.
44, baby.
Yeah. Whoa, dude.
So,
Did you fight
yeah.
today or it's later?
No, tonight I will. It's 7 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
How can we go to
crazy.
your fight?
You could, yeah. It's in Tampa. Do you
June
wanna come?
28th?
June 28th, yeah.
Dude, we should go.
I don't
Let's
think
go.
I'm doing anything then.
We should
It'd
go.
be awesome to have you guys.
Dude, we
For
should
sure.
go.
Dude,
that would be
fun.
Get
should
Cobra
do a
Kai
promo
on my
where-
side.
Yeah.
You know, and Dad is sort of like the heel in the whole thing because I play like real menacing kind of version of Dad.
Okay.
So that's what the beard's gonna be there, and I'm gonna just be like real grumpy old man. So
Dude.
it kind of fits with like the whole Cobra Kai.
Dude,
like,
That's where
I
you should make your. You should do a bit. You should do a bit. You should do a bit and come out.
Oh, do a bit?
But
Yeah.
just
dude.
it should be something like vaguely so you avoid the IP instead of like.
I
a
could have
hawk.
you part of the entrance
I
too
can
if you
wear a
wanted.
mohawk. Like,
And-
I feel like I'm not banned from
Yeah,
ever
you
wearing
can
a
have a
mohawk.
mohawk.
But then
Like,
just call yourself something else.
El Falcon.
El Falcon!
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
El
yeah.
Falcon.
I could have you guys a part of the entrance if you wanted
Yeah.
to.
Dude,
Go walk
that'd be
out.
fun.
You
We
gotta-
should do it
yeah,
in Tampa.
That's actually pretty
I'd
good.
be
Like
down.
having the
There's
Like a
there's a gear
co-
right here. So.
because Dad is like sort
He's
of
a
the
dad, bro.
the-
You would watch it?
Maybe
yeah.
you are Hawk's dad.
Oh,
Yo,
I
dude,
like
did
that.
we just cook right now?
I like
Did we
that.
just?
Oh, you know what? No, wait, this is perfect. Because in the Dad series, my daughter is Olivia from Kirby Buckets, and she was your sister.
Wait, really?
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Oh my gosh, this is making so much sense. In my Dad YouTube series,
Wait, then why don't you do
I have a
Kirby?
daughter named Daughter and a wife named Mom. Mom is mom to mom. It's like food, meat cans of food to say food on it. So Daughter is Olivia, who played your sister
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Kirby
I didn't
Buckets.
know that.
So yeah, because at the time, I needed someone to play a daughter. I needed a daughter for the series, and I didn't know anyone young. She was the youngest person I knew.
Yeah.
I think she was 20 at the time.
Oh.
So I was like, I need you to play like a teenager. And she showed up at the studio, and Erica was the mom, and Olivia was my daughter. So that was like the family. So she's known in the dad world as Daughter.
Daughter.
So now you, her
son,
brother,
yeah.
would be my son.
Falcon!
It makes sense.
Dude, I'm down. Let's do it.
You have a family now.
I finally have a family.
Hawk finally has a dad.
And I'm not a real dad. I don't have a wife. It's like now I finally feel complete. My TV family is becoming my real family.
Wait,
Well,
that's
that
sick.
means Wild Gil the whole time
Was real dad.
was real dad.
Whoa, you
Yeah.
and Susie?
You and Susie, and you know, and I was on
You're like-
another show
you're
with
like
Susie
Machete from
too.
Spy
on a
Kids.
different
Oh, really?
Show.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen her in forever.
I hadn't seen her. Just Roll With It was the show that I did with her. A friend of mine,
Oh,
Trevor
yeah.
Moore, created it, and she was the mom on that, and I was the janitor in the high school. I did like 2 episodes of that show. It was a similar thing, and Scott produced that as well.
Oh, okay.
So it was another like
Shout out Scott
wild
Bright.
Scott
Hope you're having
Bright.
fun in New Orleans, bro.
Is that where he is now?
He just would always talk about New Orleans.
Oh, that's funny.
I was like, I feel
That's
like
funny.
you gotta be there, bro.
Anyway, yeah, wow, that's all kind of coming full circle.
Dude, I
That
love
would be
it.
Funny,
See
yeah.
you in Tampa.
I've been sloppy the last 2 years. This year, I'm finally, I can say, I'm I'm not gonna say I'm a good boxer, but I'm better.
Okay.
It's
You
not,
call yourself
Dude,
a
you're
boxer.
training.
Yeah.
You're,
Yeah,
you
it's
put in the
legit.
hours, bruh.
but it's hard to like. It takes years to
Yeah.
like have your punches look less arm punches and less
Okay.
flaily. It's because when you just get in there, you just kind of get crazy. And you like,
Yeah.
you've learned and you can be really skilled on the bag and in the mitts and be sharp and have the right form. But then when you get in the ring, you just kind of swinging to end it.
Yeah.
So it takes years to have that honed and then like look good all the time. That being said, this year I feel like I finally kind of look like an okay boxer.
Okay.
Because I do punch with better form now. I move my head a lot more. The
Yeah.
first year was just like, end it. Bah! and now this year will be more. I'll be aggressive, but I will be smarter, I guess.
Yeah, and you've had the actual sparring time to like
Yeah.
know what that feels like.
And I can see punches coming now, which is like
You said you got
everything opened
bloody
up this
nose
year.
for the first time.
first
Like,
time. Yeah, last
there's-
couple weeks ago. Yeah.
There's something about that. Once you've had that happen, I've accidentally given Jacob a bloody nose.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys sparring or something?
No.
No. What happened?
We walked through a door and Jacob put me onto this game Flinchers where you like
Oh, two for
pretend-
flinching.
You're pretending you're gonna punch someone, and because they reacted, you actually punch them. And we were walking through a doorway.
I'm behind
and I
him.
thought, oh, I'm gonna do a back fist. He's right behind me. I'm gonna back fist and stop right before him.
And Xolo had never gotten me to flinch before.
And I totally misjudged my distance. To him, and just whammed him in the face with the back of my fist. Just
Oh,
boom.
I didn't
And
flinch.
he didn't even react. He just went boom, and he just went, oh, and I just went, brother.
Just instantly was
And I was like,
Blood,
oh
wow.
my
Yeah.
god. And we were filming Cobra Kai. Like it was
You were on
during a
set?
scene.
Oh yeah,
No,
it was
it
like
it was in a shot.
It was
The
in
end
a
of-
shot. The end of the shot was us walking into this building.
Yes.
And I went bam, and he didn't say anything, and his eyes just started welling up, and I was like, oh fuck. and the thing that I thought, because I don't know, I didn't have any brothers, I didn't grow up with any brother. I thought I was like, oh, I'm about to get my ass beat. I thought in that moment, I was like, oh man, I'm about to get it. Thank God Jacob is a
Wow.
child of God, and he was like,
So did you guys walk out of the shot? So that
we walked
wasn't
out of the
seen?
shot.
So
He
you were
didn't see
goofing
it.
around
The
right
door
off camera.
closed right
Yeah.
behind him, and he literally lied in the moment and was like, "Dude, I got a bloody nose. I don't know the temperature."
let
so
him know.
dry. Like yeah,
he,
yeah. I
He
was
just fucking
Yeah, yeah.
He was like, they freaked out. They were like, "Oh my god, bloody nose!" And I was just like, jaw dropped.
Didn't want
like,
them to know there was an assault on set.
holy shit.
That's funny.
Dude, HR. Well, the show's over.
yeah, yeah.
Haha, statute of limitations.
Show's done. Oh,
it's been
12 years. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Season one.
What season was this?
Dude,
Two.
that was
One.
two. No, that was two. That was two.
Which funny?
How many seasons has there been?
Six.
Six.
It's
I'm
6
behind
with
on
part
the
1,
show.
part 2, part
I know,
3.
almost
Is it
six.
still going?
No,
Just
no,
ended.
Oh,
the
just
last,
ended
the
out.
last final part just came out.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Xolo
Okay.
wins.
Oh, nice.
But Nathan, before we wrap up every episode, we do this thing called Song of the Week. We have a playlist that people can listen to. It's super long now, and we'd love you to add a song to it if you would.
Oh man.
It could be anything, as serious, as light, or as earnest as you think. What's something you're listening to?
Something I'm personally listening
Yeah,
to
yeah.
is my newest song. Because I'm editing a video. It's the Dad song. Dad is a pop star, if that's the thing I didn't mention.
Oh my
Dad
God.
has 4 albums, and a new song I'm putting out is a song called Wake Up, and it's a remaster of another song I did. So that's what I've been listening to. It's in my head right now because I've been editing this.
Is it on
thing.
Spotify?
It is. I think it is on Spotify now. Yeah. It's basically I start DJing as Dad as well, and I start mashing up my older songs.
Oh my God.
With
that's
other things. So it's like
Oh, I love that.
Biggie
It's a
is
remix.
mashed up with this Dad song.
Whoa.
Dude, Jacob's
and,
gonna get knocked out by a pop star, bro.
Yeah, 44-year-old pop star.
Yeah.
Knocking out a Minecrafter. June 28th.
Yeah,
Flash,
baby.
right.
All right,
Yeah.
my song of the week is gonna be "The Middle" by Jimmy Eat World.
Oh, you like Jimmy Eat World?
I love
It
Jimmy Eat
I
just
World.
saw
takes
them
some
so many
time.
times, like way back in like 2000.
Okay, you want to know something cool?
Emo was like my thing.
Oh, they're sick.
Do you like Saves the Day?
Yeah.
So Chris Connolly from Saves the Day is on a Dad song. On one of my
Really?
Dad songs. Yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
That's like
So,
my world.
The Middle, Jimmy Eat World, that was gonna be the end credit song for the Kirby Buckets pilot. But
Oh, that's right.
Disney didn't want to buy it. They didn't want to spend the like 10 grand or something for the
I
song.
remember that.
Fucking cheap fucks.
That would have
Goddamn.
worked.
It would have been sick.
That would have been perfect
Yeah, it
for
would
the
have
show.
been sick.
We can do
Man.
it. We can bring it back. Can we reboot Kirby Buckets?
Yes, please
Yeah,
give me a job. Gosh.
Dude, they had a spin-off that they wanted to do where it was basically at the end of Kirby Buckets like hops in a bus
Okay.
and he's like leaving school and one of
Oh,
them
and that's it?
one of the Mitchells like from a different dimension like turns around and he's like, "Oh, Mr. Buckets, it's just getting started." And then like the bus
Wait, you were doing Marvel before?
Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah. They
Yeah.
basically got it from us.
Disney Marvel started with Disney's Kirby
Yeah, and
Buckets.
then Kirby Buckets
That was the original
the van
multiverse.
drives away in Back to the Future fashion, where like drives into a portal, and that was going to be the like Kirby going to different portals all the
Dude.
time. But Disney was like,
Like sliders.
Jacob's too expensive now. He's too cool.
They're
Can't
like,
afford
oh
him.
shit.
I was like, yeah, give me my $1 million an episode. Just kidding. I'll do
They're
it
like
for
he.
five.
We
Really
said they were
friends,
like
but-
we promised him that he would
5K,
direct,
please.
and
5K.
we don't want to let that happen.
Yeah,
so.
they're like, the world will end if Jacob directs something.
All right, my song of the week is "Yell Tu es beau." That's my favorite. That's my favorite off their album. I think it's self-titled actually.
Yell is amazing. My close friends.
No way.
I spent Christmas. I had Christmas with them in
Wait, shut up.
2019. Yeah. I became friends with them when I started doing those dance videos for Yell. Then I met them, and like, genuinely, they're like my very close friends. I love them. They're coming on
Whoa.
tour. They're coming here soon. They're doing a 20th anniversary tour.
No way.
Yell.
When?
Yeah, this year. I think
And over
they'll
the
be
summer,
here this fall.
fall?
This fall, they're in LA. I think. I haven't looked at the dates.
They're
in a
doing
bit.
like an American leg or what?
Yeah. They're starting next week, I think, in France. So yeah, it starts. It's going through the summer into the fall. Yeah, Yell is amazing. Everyone should listen to them. I love them. She's on a dad song as well.
What?
Diane. Yeah. So the number one song of Dad.
That's my song of the week then.
Yeah.
You
What's
should
the name
look
of
up-
that song?
I'll tell your audience, you should look up Dad Diane. Type that into YouTube.
Dad
That's
Diane.
Dad's most popular song. It's about Diane, who is wife's best friend, and Dad has thoughts about
Oh,
his
no.
wife's best friend.
Oh,
So
no.
he made it's a song about
Dude, tackling
Diane.
real problems.
It's funny. The whole question of the song and the theme of the Dad series is sniffing cheating?
Okay.
Because he likes the scent. He likes the
That's the
scent.
whole.
Calista, clip that.
That's the
Yeah.
dude. Okay,
So
so
let's say you like the scent of your wife's perfume and you want to smell it. Is that cheating on your wife because you sniffed your wife's friend's perfume? That's the big
Whoa.
the bait for Dad.
Whoa.
So there's a song about that, and Yell, Julie from Yell, sings on that song.
what?
So, yeah,
All right, we gotta listen.
yeah.
All right, Monica,
Monica.
Jordan, what are your songs of the week?
My song of the week is okay, go. Here it goes again. It's,
By
uh,
who?
Okay.
Is that the new one that came out?
No,
recently?
okay, go. It's the one where they're on the treadmills.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Classic.
yeah.
I don't know why, but it just feels like fitting for today's episode.
Okay, go.
I don't know.
And then my song of the week is "Party for You" by Charlie XCX.
Hey,
Nice.
all right. Oh man, we could do this all day, but I really freaking appreciate you coming in, bro. This was
Thank you for
You're a
having me.
light.
This has
You
been
are a
awesome.
light. I'm so excited to support you in Tampa.
Thank you. Thank
Um,
you.
So definitely plug the match.
Yeah, that's June 28th. That's the big thing for sure.
Can you still come? Can you still buy tickets?
You can
Is
still
it
get tickets for sure.
Okay.
You can go if you're in and or near Tampa.
Okay.
June 28th,
Florida?
It will be, and you can get the pay-per-view. It's all supports Stand Up to Cancer.
Okay.
So you can get tickets, pay-per-view tickets at thecreatorclash.com.
Fire.
Joe Rogan talked to me about maybe the first year.
Yeah.
Like, Dad, when you see Dad, that'll be me boxing. Dad has gotten the most attention out of this because Joe Rogan thought I was a real dad beating up my real son.
I saw that
So,
clip.
yeah,
and he
everyone
was like,
saw that.
he's like, man, he's piecing up his kid. And that's a dad and a son. and he's like
It
going
made me
in.
so sad.
Yeah,
cried.
he's like
Cried?
going in on it.
Yeah, he goes, it made me cry.
Yeah.
So
Whoa.
for people who maybe have seen that, I'm just
Yeah.
mentioning that I've gotten some attention from these, and this will probably be my final boxing match.
Okay.
If you want to watch a bunch of YouTubers punch each other in the face, it'll be fun. June 28th. And other than that, my Nathan and Dad YouTube channels. If you search Dad on YouTube, you should probably find it. And then Nathan, I'm putting up the Confused movie reviews. That's like my new thing.
I wanna
got
come
a
on that.
small little audience, but I'm just doing it's a new grind. 20 years is hard to keep a YouTube channel alive, so I'm like, I'll try this for a while and
Yeah.
See people like it. But yeah.
But it's the consistency thing, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You're
I'm
totally
doing this
right.
for
Like,
a couple of years now. I'll be doing this hard.
Yeah.
I love doing it. It's very fun. It's easy to do. I don't have to go out and do a whole production.
Yeah.
I can just kind of do it at home and make
and I
it,
have to
so.
imagine that as an actor, you know, watching all these movies, there is something happening there for sure.
Yeah. Oh, and
Like-
it's a good excuse to watch movies I've always
Yeah.
wanted to watch. Now I'm watching things I've never seen. And my girlfriend's like, you got to watch this one. So I'm kind of doing things she's telling me
Yeah.
to watch.
What-
Have you ever
which I
seen
never really did.
13?
13?
Yeah, it's the
I haven't
Catherine
seen
Hardwick
that.
movie.
No.
It's a crazy movie. Now my girlfriend put me on. I was like, I never would have watched it before if it wasn't for her.
I'll watch that
It's
now.
a crazy movie.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
What has she been putting you on to?
What does she want me to do? I'm doing Nosferatu right now. The new
Oh,
one.
okay.
That's the newest one I've done.
so
It's
it.
often I've done 80s and 90s
Okay.
movies. She had me do Scream. That's one of her favorite
Okay.
movies. And then Nosferatu I'm doing because she loves that. I saw that
Okay.
at Christmas with her. So I wanted to do that.
Nice.
I'm trying to think of she
You're
wants me
saying
to do
she likes
horror
horrors.
movies. She loves horror
Yeah.
movies. Yeah.
So, oh man. All right, let's wrap it up right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit.
Thank you for having
Yo,
me.
before we
Yeah,
keep
thanks
you
for
on
on,
for
bro.
another 4 hours, bro.
Yeah, it's hard to stop talking.
All right. No, hey, you're in the right room. Okay. Y'all, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week. Ciao.
Ciao, bacalao.
If you want to follow Nathan on his socials, follow his journey, please do so. Up on the screen and in the description, we'll have
It'll be over his glasses.
and everything. Yeah, that's right. Appreciate you. Ciao. Bacalao.
Bye.
This episode of Lone Lobos is a Lone Lobos production, produced by Monica Tamayo and JMKM, with intro music by Nicholas Gray. Like what you hear? Check us out on Instagram at Lone Lobos.